Doesn't matter how good a laptop is, there's going to certainly come that day where the laptop is going to be retired. And this is a HP laptop, a laptop I can actually consider very premium in its days. If you take a look at the laptop, it's supposed to be a 17 inches laptop, but the problem is this laptop has seen better days. If you take a look at the side here, it looks like something like super glue. I'm not so sure. And here has seen many episodes of super gluing. Even though this laptop has a HDMI port, like you can see, it has a USB 2.0 port, in fact 2 of them, and on the other side perhaps possibly a DVD writer right here, a USB 2.0 port, and as if that's not enough, it also has a card reader like you can see right here. But the problem is this laptop has seen many episodes of super gluing. It's supposed to be a metal sheet. I wouldn't know why somebody would glue a metal sheet onto a laptop. And this is also another, I'm just going to get my tools, because this is the day that has been marked where this laptop is going to be retired. Of course, this laptop has done its job. It has done its job. If you look at the model number, I really cannot see that correctly, but it looks like it says HP. I'm not so sure. It doesn't really state exactly what kind of. Okay, yes, it says here HP model 17BS007NG, something like that. This was the days where you didn't actually have HP Elite books, but right now I really don't think you can get something like this anymore. It says here on the sticker Intel Premium, and even though this laptop still works, I'm just going to press it to see if that's actually correct, because the person that actually gave it to me said the laptop still works. The problem is just that this laptop is so old. Yes, it still works like you can see, and that's it loading Windows. The keyboard is still very much intact, even though it's very, very dirty. But if you take a look at it, it still has this feeling like everything is still very, very new. But unfortunately, there's going to come that day. In fact, the laptop has a camera here. So this laptop, I can safely say once again that it was a premium laptop in its time. But the beautiful thing is that even though this laptop is very old, the hinge, it still feels very strong. Like, just take a look at that. See, I still can do it like this, and it's still hanging. It's not like falling. One would have expected that with the age of this laptop, you would already have problems with the hinge. But this goes a long way to show you how good quality products really do last. Don't be deceived. Sometimes people want to sell you laptops that are very weak, even though it looks new. But believe me, they are all plastic covered up right there. This laptop, I tell you, if this laptop were to be one of the cheap laptops you have out there, it would not even be in this shape. It will be destroyed even beyond recognition. Even though this laptop has seen a lot of stresses, it still looks like very much in shape. That's the rubber foot right there. 2 are missing, but you still have these 2 hanging on even onto the last day where this laptop has been earmarked to be retired. I'm going to go ahead and open this laptop. Yes, like I was saying, there are so many laptops out there, but not all of them can actually stand the test of time. Look at the screen, still looking flawless. There's no pixel error whatsoever. I really just think that this laptop should have actually still been very, very good, if not because perhaps the previous owner had just handled it in a way that is not supposed to be handled. Everything still looks very, very premium, but unfortunately, I do believe that, look, when a laptop has done its job, the best thing you can actually do to the laptop is just to take it apart and give it rest, and then you can actually go on to Hardwaremoney and pick up a comparable laptop that will actually work well for you. If you are a big fan of HP, then we've got quite a number of HP laptops that you can actually go ahead and pick, and you will be glad you did. Right now, we've got different types of HP Elite books for sale at very, very affordable prices. All this, perhaps this laptop fell down at some point, but then enough of the talking. We're just going to go ahead and start to do the job that we came here to do. And to do that job, I've got this small bad boy here. This is the bad boy that's going to finally take apart this laptop. I hope it's able to do the job that it has been marked for. There are so many screws holding this laptop, but unfortunately, I wouldn't know if this particular screw here, because of the super gluing, if we'll be able to take it apart. But first things first, there's no need being in a hurry. We came here to open up this laptop and possibly take it apart and finally put paid to this beautiful laptop. This laptop that was so reliable, even until this point, still working. This is something that actually amuses me. You know, there are some funny things that do happen. Particular laptop that you buy online, kind of very cheap, you know, looking very new, and then after 3 weeks, the laptop fails to work. This is not what you want for yourself. If you ever want to change your laptop, always make sure you buy quality laptops. And this HP laptop, believe me, the HP EliteBooks are quality laptop. If you've been following this channel, why can't I? This actually says battery, and that says lock, that says open. All right, that goes out there. Take a look at the battery. Even though this laptop is still so old, the batteries still work. This doesn't happen anymore in this day and age. Take a look at it. Still work, still the original battery that was sold with this laptop by HP. If you look closely, you can actually see the HP logo right there. You see, this doesn't happen anymore. Of course, with the HP laptops, you can still boast of having laptops that will have batteries last for pretty much forever. But on most of the laptops that you get out there for cheap prices, because each time I take a look at the laptops of the month, people tend to make a lot of videos talking about this laptop is the laptop for the month. I just laugh because I know that after a few days, this laptop people are talking about, they are going to be dead because the battery is going to give up on you, and even if you try to buy a new battery, it's not going to work because the battery itself that you're trying to buy is not going to be compatible with the laptop on which you are trying to exchange the battery. So you would be doing yourself a great deal of favor if you just buy quality stuff. The HP EliteBooks, believe me, if you've been following this channel for an X amount of time, you already understand that the HP EliteBooks is something that you want to take a look at if you ever have need to change your laptop. Now, this is the moment of truth. I have an option to either break this because I really do not have patience more to continue to unscrew. I'm unscrewing it, and I pretty much think that all the screws have been taken out. And now, because of course, this is something I should even talk about. You see, these are the old laptops, and these were the days where laptops were made to last forever. All right, it's so hard to take it apart because the materials right here, they are really good quality materials. But at some point, I still have to break into this laptop like a thief, because this super gluing here has really made a lot of mess of the back cover. So good. So good. The moment of truth that we have been waiting for. And this is the moment I believe that a lot of you would have loved to see. And now you are fortunate to actually see what it would have actually looked like to have used a laptop like this many years ago. All right, it's got just one RAM slot, and it says 4GB DDR3L RAM. It's from Samsung, and this possibly also have the mistake I made was I didn't actually check the configuration of this laptop before opening it. Perhaps I still can do that, or perhaps it's not necessary, but I want to think that there's another RAM slot that's actually soldered somewhere on the main board, perhaps just under the keyboard. This was kind of classical back in the days. But then we have a 4GB of RAM stick here. So this would have accounted for the reason why the owner also wanted to do away with this laptop. Because right now in this day and age, people just want to get something that is pretty fast. So 16GB of DDR3 or perhaps DDR4 RAM will be something that will actually be acceptable. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the DVD drive. Just going to clip that, and then I can actually bring it out. You see, the color still looking much in shape, nothing broken, everything still looking much very clean. So the only thing I have to do is to just go ahead and clean this up, because something like this do sell for very decent price. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this out. Once again, I'm going to unclip that, and then I already have access. I guess this is the HDD, and if you take a look at how this hard drive has been cased here, it's so good. It's Seagate laptop tin, 500GB HDD, still very much good. I'm going to bring that out and just drop that right here. If you take a look at the rubber, everything's still looking very clean. wireless LAN module, I believe, right here. It looks so small. Back in the days, perhaps they needed to just make it small as to fit the design of this particular notebook. But then, once again, this is something that normally people still want to keep. There are some collectors I do know, they want to keep stuff like this for as long as is possible. So right now, we are almost done opening all the screws that we can possibly open, because the idea is for me to actually take out the main board of this notebook, just like that. And then I have the possibility to actually show you this powerhouse of years ago. So I still have some few screws to take out, but the problem right now is that this screw is actually locked very tight to the chassis. There's one here. Oh, I hope this is not going to break up on me, but I was going to try to. I think I have already worn out the screw. Okay, luckily for me, I still can open that. And this goes up right here. Still one screw here. And there's still another screw right here. And just one more screw. This screw right here is kind of soldered very strong to the main board. So the previous owner has actually used a lot of super glue to make this screw so tight that it can no longer be opened, unfortunately. But thankfully I have something like this, and this is exactly what things like this are meant for, to destroy screws that no longer want to behave themselves. But the beautiful thing is that if you ever have to buy a new laptop from hardwaremoney.de, you would not necessarily have to do this. You will never have to do this, because if you ever have to open your laptop, all the screws are going to come out peacefully without any hassle. Just going to take that out. I think that's the speaker cable right there. Yes. Oh, it's so tight, I wouldn't know exactly. This is a speaker for this beautiful laptop back in the days, and even though I didn't test it, I really want to think that these speakers really still do work, because things like this, they were made to last for as long as they can possibly last. They never ever go wrong if you would not deliberately just destroy them like I am doing right now. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the laptop that we have actually be trying to take a look at. This possibly is the processor. It's soldered firmly in place onto the main board, and the CMOS battery is somewhere right here, possibly still very good, so I'm going to keep that. And this is it. Nothing actually complicated. Look very beautiful. If you never had the opportunity to use this laptop, but then you do have the opportunity to see the main board just as it was when this laptop was first made. All right, now that we've done that, we still have work to do. We still have the keyboard right in front. We still have to take out the display. Just going to push that behind and possibly have a way to go into the display. All right, I'm going to take that out. And then carefully bring that out. Okay, so now I can actually flip it this way and then see if I can already get to bring out. You see, I have opened pretty recent laptops. You really don't see laptops being built like this anymore. Everything is so direct. The last time I opened a HP EliteBook 840 G5, it was so easy. It took me pretty much less than 20 minutes to just take the laptop apart and change the display. But this laptop, believe me, if I were to change the display on a laptop like this, it's going to take me hours, and at the end of the day I might possibly break one or two parts on the laptop, because first of all, the laptop is so rigidly built. I know why HP did it like this back in the days, because this was the era where things were actually made to last for a very, 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 very long time. You see, if it were the recent laptop, taking out the keyboard would be so easy, but this one, I really want to think that this is not going to be a child's play in taking this out, you know. So either you have to break it, or you have to just be patient to make sure that you really do a decent job in taking out the keyboard. But then I think I've done what I'm supposed to do. The job was to just pull this laptop apart, and then you see everything is soldered in place. There's just no way you can bring this out. If you want to take this out, invariably you're already destroying the laptop. So I'm sorry, this cannot go any further than this. But I still found a screw that I still can take out, and that is that right there, and that is that right there. All right, so this is the highest we can go. HP laptop of years ago, now torn apart. And hopefully you like this kind of content. If you do like this kind of content, definitely I've got a lot of stuff for you. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because in the coming days I'm going to be tearing down quite a number of old IT hardwares and hopefully showing it to you guys so that you can appreciate how quality stuff were made back in the days. Until I see you again in the next video, peace.